One, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Barakah, Kodash, Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity. Once again, this is your fellow servant, Yahweh Sop from GMS Cleveland. Basically didn't have any ideas in mind for the video, but through the spirit I always wanted to bring out this book I came across through a testimony. I came across this book when I was in the workhouse, and it's a Bible commentary. It's called the MacArthur New Testament Commentary, Matthew 1 through 7. It's produced by the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago, and I glanced through it here and there, and it went into Antiochus Epiphanies and whatnot, and my spirit moved. So I said one day I was gonna do lessons on it, just like I did lessons out of that Bible expositor, which, like I said, of course Esau goes off with his own understanding on certain things, or basically tries to manipulate or mislead, but through the spirit, like I said, it's a lot of good meat in this book, and what goes off we'll break down correctly. If any spirit, I don't have any precepts written down, so this is all through the spirit. But like I said, let's explore this book for a moment, if you will. So I'm gonna start at the introduction. It says, the central personality of Old Testament prophecy is the coming great king who will rule in Yahweh's promised kingdom. Over and over we are told of a special individual who has the righteousness, the wisdom, the power, the authority, and the right to reign not only over Israel or Yasharallah, but over the entire earth. This coming great king will have the power to bruise Satan's head, which is Genesis 3:15. Take back man's dominion that was lost through sin, and establish at last a kingdom on earth that will extend into eternity, which is all the spirit, because that's what we basically, when we go out on the highways and byways, that's what we preach. Yahweh Shah, when he comes back, he's going to rule, and the kingdom is going to be an ever ruling kingdom for eternity. And basically the elect will be joint heirs unto him. From him the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet. Genesis 49:10. That could not be said of any Old Testament king, and could only apply to the coming great king. The host of other predictions that refer to a reign described by such terms as everlasting, eternal, and forever obviously could not apply to a merely human king. The words of Adawan spoken to David through Nathan had to refer to other than David himself. And your house and your kingdom shall endure before me forever. Your throne shall be established forever. 2 Samuel 7:16. David's kingdom was shattered and divided as soon as his successor Solomon died, which is true. Because remember, Most High split up the kingdom, but he didn't take it from Solomon because of David's sake, but he said he was going to take it from Solomon's son, and that's when the kingdom split between the northern and the southern, from Rehoboam, Solomon's son, and who was that, Jeroboam. And that's when the 10 tribes went to Jeroboam, the northern kingdom, and then you still had Judah and Benjamin, and who was that, Levi, and then Salakia in the southern kingdom, and then you had the 10 tribes in the northern. David's Salakia. Yet in Psalms 2, God tells us, but as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will surely tell of the decree of the Lord. He said to me, thou art my son, today I have begotten thee. Ask of me, and I will surely give the nations as thine inheritance, and the very ends of the earth as thy possession. And that's verses 6 through 8. Second Psalm, the second Psalm, Psalms, the second Salakia, the second Psalm, Salakia. Psalms chapter 2, verse 6 through 8. David calls the coming one the King of glory and the Lord of hosts. Psalms 24 and 10. The coming King is spoken of in similar ways in Psalms 45, 72, 110, and others. And that's the spirit, because if you read Psalms 110, it says, the Lord said to my Lord, sit down at my right hand side until I make thy enemies thy footstool. So that's lightweight matching up, proving that that was the Messiah. The prophets speak of the great king as both human and divine. Isaiah tells us that he will be born of a virgin, Isaiah 7 and 14, and that he will be despised, forsaken, stricken, pierced through, crushed, chastened, scourged, oppressed, and afflicted, which is Isaiah 53 verses 3 through 7. Daniel speaks of him as one like a son of man, Daniel 7 and 13. Yet Isaiah also tells us that the government will rest on his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty Power, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. There will be no end to the increase of his government of peace, which is Isaiah 9, 6 through 7, and that he will be called Emmanuel, which means Yahweh with us. Isaiah 7, 14, Matthews 1 and 23. Through Micah, the Lord promised Bethlehem, from you one will go forth for me to be ruler in Israel. His goings forth are from long ago, from the days of eternity. Israel, the Lord in their midst. Isaiah, Salakia, that's Zephaniah. Zephaniah tells his people that when the king comes, he will be the king of Israel, the Lord in their midst. Zephaniah 3 and 15. Zechariah tells us that he will be just and endowed with salvation, Zechariah 9 and 9. And that when he reigns, every family on earth will be able to go up to Jerusalem to worship the king, the Lord of hosts. No, Salakia, that's Zechariah 14 and 17. The coming great king will be the man God. That's what read verbatim out of this book. But I'm going to go back to what it says. We're all going to be able to, all nations going to be able to. It's not going to be able to. They're going to be forced to, I'm going to pause right there.